let's go, let's go. Hello, thank you for coming to my session. Today we will see how AI agents can help you make $1 million in online business. I would start with a quick question to you. So I need to calibrate how this session should be, if it's going to be like technical or business oriented. So how many of you would like to start an online business? Please put your hand up. Okay. And how many of you would like to build a tool or AI automation for yourself or as a product? Okay, so we've got basically the same amount of people who want to build a online business and the same number of people who want to build a AI agent specifically. So we will talk a little bit about the model, the agent performance, as well as the actual implementation, so the tools it's going to use to perform the tasks. Okay, so in like typical business, there are things that need to be automated. So every tedious task is a waste of time for an entrepreneur. So writing SEO articles, create social media accounts, this is just clicking and no like unique edge to this. So we would like to automate it. Information filtering, retrieval synthesis. So you've got to research what is the most accurate thing to use or most cost-effective thing to use. You want to outsource that. Gather data. So for example, find 10 influencers that will match your product. This is like tedious task, repetitive. We hope the AI agent can automate it. Also, there is decision making in dynamic environments. So things change and we need to adapt to them. I couldn't find a better example. So ordering from restaurant late at night. So you know, some restaurants are already closed, but you want that pizza so much. I'm looking at you, Alex. Okay, and we will begin with Manus AI. This is a Chinese AI agent. This is a AI agent produced by a Chinese startup called Monica, and it was very hyped a few months ago, and now there's a closed beta which I have access to. TLDR is that there is a benchmark in AI community called Gaia benchmark. This is basically a set of tasks that are easy for human to do, but weren't easy for a computer to do. And quick summary, let's go to the level 3 and skip all of other levels. So basically it's a task to check what happened on 2060 January 21st to astronauts who are visible at the some video. You need to find this video, extract information from it and answer the question. And question is white 5876, probably a code of the astronaut. So it's easy for a person to do, but AI agents, LLMs weren't that suited for this until we come up with tool use. So the framework to use some other tools like code or search by LLMs. So LLM can use this tool to achieve a task. Yeah. So that's the background for AI agents. So AI agents should probably, reason, use tools, handle multiple modalities, so images, sounds, text, and anything other, and retrieve actually useful informations, because there are too many information in the internet. You want to have actually the useful one, and it didn't perform very well at this metric. You will see why. Okay, so how business works in a nutshell. You've got your unique product, you provide value, but you need distribution. And this is the part that usually entrepreneurs fall short, because you need to run a social media account, reach out to influencers, and hopefully AI agent will automate it for us somehow. Let's keep the critique of the benchmark, and we can start with like very basic stuff. So building a website, that will be our product, something that we deliver a value with. And this is an example of Oh, this is an example provided by Manus, and this is like a flagship example. So a guy asked to create a NBA team consistency evaluator. It's basically a interactive dashboard that you can select NBA teams at and see in the timeline how often they score at the first place, second place, fifth place, etc. You can choose some teams and see how they do in time. That's a cool dashboard for displaying the data. And the interesting part is that the actual prompt to create this site looks like this. This is the history of prompting from the original author. So basically, this is like 8 lines of text, and Manus do all of this by himself. I'm scrolling up, and one of the crucial part is that the author didn't actually provide a data set. Author asked to scrap the data set from the internet. And that's something that an agent actually do good, but with one downfall. So this is the history of what was created by the model, and whenever it uses a tool, we've got a different chat message. First of all, it starts with asking questions to the user. That's good because it make it precise, ask the relevant question, sum up them, and then start to use commands. So for example, it basically have a computer of its own. So it can use terminal, it can use browser and search for stuff that are relevant, and also it can create files, so it can code, create a website of the user liking. And it will run in meta prompting way. So it will prompt itself on the next task it wants to perform. So it started with executing some commands, searching the web for the data set, then programming, creating the actual site. Oh, this is not the site, this is the pre-processing, this is the scraping script actually. It will create the site later. But first, it went to this website. So one of the selling points of this actual agent is that it can go through internet and take the screenshots of the website, so it understands what's on the website. In this particular example, it didn't went well because it asked the site too many times and got rate limited. So what it sees is not that useful. And there is a problem, because when we scroll through this history, let's not read it all, but I tell you, it come up with some data set, but it wasn't complete. And basically, silently, it created a synthetic data set. So let's say it was 5% of data, but the model created itself like 95% of the missing data because it gets rate limited, and didn't tell the user about it. So that's one thing that you need to watch out for, because silently models can do stuff that is not really appropriate. But let's scroll further, and we can see a message from a user. Is the data real? Because he smells something is off, because some of the team are not showing us at the first place. And after writing this, the model actually acknowledged that the data set was faked. Anyways, that was it. So there was a little guidance from the user, but most of the stuff was performed by the model, and it did pretty well. So I like this site. I like where is it? I like the site. I like it's like comprehensive. I can interactively select these teams. I can see who's the best one in the window size, 5 years, 10 years. It looks good, and it can provide value to the user. So let's go to the next use case. Okay, I go with the results after every use case. So this one is 8 out of 10. And to summarize quickly, we need to be careful because model won't mention the data is fake. It requires some guidance from user, but no like engineer level details. And it created a cool interactive website. So AI agent seems to be good at building interactive websites. Okay. Another use case is improved SEO and draft social media posts. And I use my website for this because I spent basically 0 minutes on creating any SEO content, optimizing it for SEO. SEO is search engine optimization. So by this, I mean, how is your site showing at the top of the Google search results? And hopefully you want your business to be at the top, you know. Okay, and the prompt I ran with it was basically this. That was the start. Then it asked me a few questions, and then I proceed with, can you make me a content for my social media? Yeah. And we can go to the history of the model to see how it went. And to not waste too much time, it went through all my website. It started actually to see it, to display it and went through it, so it knows the context of the website, and then it used a free online tools for SEO ranking. So that's a thing that it's basically brain-dead. So if you do it yourself, you go to the first result in the search for the search tool, put your URL, etc., etc. So it's saving you a little time, but also it can save you a little time of researching what actually impacts the SEO. And to fast forward, after all the action that the agent performed, I've got the SEO implementation plan with like how long will it take to actually implement it by a developer. Content strategy analysis, so how can I create a content that will be pointing to my site so the SEO gets better. Technical audit and other stuff that are very good. So for example, this it basically ran a tool to measure how fast my website is loading, and it's in a good range, so around one second. So it's important to your site to load very fast, because some people have like very bad internet connection and won't be waiting for your site to load. But also other crawlers like Google crawlers can refuse to crawl your website, so you won't get indexed by Google because your site loads too long. Okay, so I got this report, and from my perspective, I'm not a SEO genius, but I'm an engineer, and after reading all the files that Manus provided, I have like clear understanding what I need to improve. Basically, I need to create content, I need to add some meta tags, so my site is better understood by the crawlers, and I can proceed with this, or ask AI agent. But at this point, I didn't bother with uploading my code, because I'm like 90% sure it will probably do good. I mean, implement some of the things it suggested, but I prefer to do it in the cursor. Okay, the next task I give it was to generate me a content for my websites, for my social media. And I went with this approach that I want a content to be scheduled, to have something to post every day. So for example, 5 text only posts, find me 5 viral videos so I can share it with my audience, 5 viral links to share about posture and how it impacts your life, and whatever you think is cool. And what I get is actually very good. It's not perfect. I won't share it like exactly like it did, but let's see. So my website is about a app that will help you maintain better posture while working on the computer. Is it like readable? Yes, I hope so, but I will read it for you anyways. So basically it created me a post that is a little bit too long, and I personally would take only just the parts of it. So for example, the studies show that average desk worker spends 1,700 hours yearly in front of a computer. That's a lot of time to develop bad habits. It's a little bit cheesy, but you know, I didn't waste time to come up with this. I can just post it and warm up my account. By warming up my account, I mean you can basically get banned on Facebook or Instagram if you start too fast to advertise your product with pay advertisements. So you need to warm up, create a mock-up content, post it a few days in a row, and then your account is like Facebook thinks your account is legit, you know. Okay, so that was the post based on text. But I also asked it about the video. So in this task, it needs to like find a actually useful video relevant to my site and hopefully viral. And it finds TikTok video. Let's see it. Whoa. Sorry, wasn't sure. Yeah. So this is basically an advertisement about some product to help your posture. It's not very relevant to my application because I want to sell an application, not a this type of stuff. So this is a bad content, but this one is actually good because this is a exercise how to improve your posture. I can just use this video, link it, and people can actually follow it, like it, make my account more relevant to my audience. So it find me 5 of these videos, and I already have stuff to post. So that's a plus. Okay, viral links. You can guess it. He also finds something that is somehow relevant. I didn't spend time doing this. I need to just review it. This one is bad because this is clearly a SEO article. But I hope next one was Forbes. So it probably is also sponsored article, but from better site, and I can share it, and it's relevant to my audience. Okay, so for this use case, I think it's 7 out of 10. It's very good, actionable. I can schedule these posts. I can use the SEO report to actually improve my website, and it did pretty good. I can also just send it to my junior or mid developer, and he will know how to implement these changes to SEO on my site. So it saves me time and saves me consulting or something like this. I don't say that is somebody from marketing with big expertise in marketing here, SEO optimization. Oh, we've got one. What do you think about this audit, from the first glance?
It's marketing, so it's not SEO.
Oh, okay. Is this relevant to marketing? Is it a good approach?
Yeah, I mean, if you do SEO, then probably you can probably get started.
How about the scheduling the posts?
I mean, for me, I've been more cautious with it.
Can you elaborate a little?
I mean, as you also said, it's a bit cheesy. For example, the example of Delegate. So, for example, for X and LinkedIn and stuff like that, there isn't really that whole thing with warm up. So you can kind of start immediately. So with that, I would probably focus more on quality. But
I see. How would you rate it? 7 out of 10 or? Oh.
Yeah, I mean, if you use it a bit more with some more prompts and stuff like that, I think it's just about some iteration.
Yeah, I give it a 7 out of 10 because it's not ready content. It will be 10 on 10 if it's ready content, but I need to review it and take a part and post it later. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I think when you're trying to ask engage is like, how is it doing? The best thing would be, how does it compare to what's available?
Yeah,
Possibly even the
freelancer.
free stuff. I've heard of people who obviously like the first thing they do is like help me make $1 million. So I mean, I have to agree a little bit. I haven't seen anything super unique. Like maybe it's gotten better at like the top 2 recommendations were actionable. But what do you think? Like if you ask whatever Grok, I don't know what the other ones are. Do you feel you'd get something on par, or you know what, this is a little bit more reliable?
Yeah, I think if you spend time on it, you can get better results with Grok or ChatGPT. But I think the strength of this AI agent comes from this. I only shared a little prompt with him, shared a link to my site, and it go crawls my site, read my copyright, and apply it, in different ways. So for the social media posts. So if you want to spend time on
minimum
it,
effort.
you can have better results, of course. But if you want to reduce your time, you can go with this tool. Reduce your time spent on this. Okay, so now we're going to the second one, the contender. There's the other AI agent called GeneSpark. By the way, because my schema switched, is it still good, visible? Okay, good.
Question.
Yeah?
If you just gave it your username and password, can you just tell it to start posting? Stop, like,
Yes,
getting
so
its way?
you know what, let's skip to this part, because it would be awesome if I can just, prompt this model and it log into my account and post all the stuff. That would be amazing. Because
Can it do that?
no, and I'm afraid it won't be able to now, because let's skip to the create account.
Can I zoom in a bit?
Oh yeah.
Hard to read.
Okay.
GenSpark.
GeneSpark. Yeah. Okay, so different use case. Create account on social media for me. So I listed him accounts I want: LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Creating it for a human is very, very easy. So maybe agent is capable of doing that, but it didn't. So basically, it refused to do this because something in the system prompt of this model. Oh, this conversation is not visible anymore. So also interesting part. Basically, what I do was paste this prompt about creating accounts. I even give him password, but it refused to do this because he said that there might be a captcha. I can't solve it. By the way, I can't create accounts yet. So I gave him a Anthropic Sonnet 3.7 prompt injection. It's supposed to unlock the model, but there is something inside the Manus that watches specifically for prompt injection, and it immediately saw that I'm trying to prompt inject it into doing stuff it wasn't supposed to. So, it seems like they are scared that the Manus will be overused for spamming, for creating accounts, and malicious intent.
But creating accounts different than logging in. Have you tried logging in?
No. Maybe we should try it. But I don't want to share password with you. Yeah, let's try it. So we can check if it actually attempts to do this. This is the GeneSpark, right? Yeah. And let's go to the Manus. Big shout out to Samantha Bell, who is the donor of the credits for this session. Okay, so the GeneSpark didn't didn't go, and Manus is contemplating something.
Have you tried browser use MCP for these kind of things? Like,
Not yet. I was hoping that if I pay somebody will do this for me, you know, so I don't need to set up a Docker account. Yeah, but it might be the direction to go. So actually, you know, use the AI agent over your software. So you've got all your accounts already logged in, and it just need to, you know, go there and click things for you.
but it can also, I mean, if you run it locally with an open source mode, either on your computer or through an router, or
Yeah.
you can remove all of the refusals and it will solve captchas and those for
Yes.
you. And
Yes, that's the way to make this
you
unlocked.
check your text messages out. Here's a two-factor code and so on.
Hmm. That might be a topic of another session then.
Can I make payments?
What kind of payments? Buy stuff for me?
Yes.
Definitely not. Not at this point, because I assume that from the, you know, refusing to create account or login. Sorry, but something is, I can't see the screen for the Manus, but it actually attempts to log in, because he seems like it. It asked me to take control. Seems like it's reluctant to do stuff like this because he wants to give me a guidance, but there is potential. Let's see another time, because I don't want you to wait for the internet, you know. Where's the craft? Okay. So let me show you. Oh yeah, we are running late on the time. So let me show you one thing that you need to be cautious when using it. So the last use case of today: find fashion influencers and message them. So I found a history of a chat about just that for Jeanspark. So let's start with the Jeanspark, and it's basically a brand looking to find an influencer who can market their stuff, and the stuff is like this. Wait. Easy. So they are looking for influencer who can promote this product. And the Jeanspark is the other AI agent which takes some different approach. So it doesn't display the website right away. It starts with scrapping. It's sometimes better, it's sometimes worse. In this particular case, it's better because it already see like the details about the product. But for some reason, it's probably unable to capture the screenshot. So it was able to take the text, but not see the pictures. And basically, to the rest of the job, it's guessing what's the item based on the description. But let's go further with that. Basically, it get blocked by the CAPTCHA. Searched Google for the item, but couldn't find it, and then search the influencers, but in a wrong way, because it should go to the Instagram, find accounts below some threshold, and find influencer this way. But instead of this, it mindlessly searched for article about rising influencer stars, and this is a problem for models like this, because they believe everything they see on the internet. Regretfully, I can't open it. Yes. Okay. So this is it.
But did you actually ask it to like look up on the Instagram to find the influence?
Let's see the prompt. It's not this. Wait a moment. No. The Instagram wasn't mentioned. Yeah, but it also didn't ask. Yeah, and it went with this, SEO-based article. So some agency is creating something that will make them appear higher in the searches, and they were promoting their own models because this is the agency. And I actually checked the account, and funny stuff going on around there, because some of them doesn't exist and some of them are basically like open OnlyFans for funnel for people. So the model went with this and didn't spotted that this is not a actual influencer. And also the problem that the other problem is that it selected 10 of them and proceed with create the website that will display the emails we want to send them. That's a cool thing, but it's a little bit wasteful because we didn't need a website to see the emails drafts. But they do this anyway, so sometimes they just do unnecessary stuff. And they created, the model created like a very long, very detailed, I don't know why, very detailed email for everybody, but it didn't actually check what is the email. So if we scroll later, the user actually gives the information, but also mention, by the way, we need the email to send the message to the influencer. And at this point, the model started to verify what's the actual email for them, and it found 6 out of 10. So 4 of the email drafts are worthless because we can't contact the influencer through an email or their account doesn't exist anymore. Okay, so that's the downfall of this use case. Let's summarize it quickly. My grading is 2 out of 10 because we need to do everything ourselves, beginning from validating if the influencers are valid for our product, contacting them, sending actual email, drafting, editing the email because we only have draft, which is very cheesy, boomer-like, and uninteresting to actual people. Okay. Okay, so in my opinion, this model will work better if we will give him a database. So it lacks critical thinking about what it sees in the internet. So it went with this SEO article with 33 influencers. And instead, what we should do is create a database ourselves with actual good influencers or scrap them, and give it to the model so it doesn't go to the Google search for them and lose their track. I tested it also in Manus, and it didn't do better. So there's like a systematical problem with LLMs believing that the SEO articles are true. So for both of them, we've got 2 out of 10, and I won't bother with that. Probably there are more better, specifically oriented services for finding the influencers. Okay, we're running out of time, so I will fast forward to the final results. And my insights from testing all of this for you is that AI agents shine with structured data tasks. So if the data is there, if the task we are giving it is clear, so for example creating a website, it's very good. But if it's requires this critical thinking, it struggles. It struggles. Can't evaluate quality, the source quality. After all, they need human oversight, so we need to fine-tune the messages it created, and it will confidently present fake data as a real if we don't spot it. So we need to check it after all. I would say it's not yet good at automating everything, but there is a potential, and hopefully in 1 or 2 years we will be ordering pizzas through our AI agents instead of looking at the Google, checking if the restaurant is open, finding the telephone, and going like this. Okay, I've got one more bonus content for you, and then we'll go to the Q&A. So the GeneSpark is actually launching a feature to call for you, and in this case, it was calling for the racket for badminton, but the sound doesn't play. So let me play it from the speakers.
Yes, we do. We carry the eZone 198 and the 98 Tour.
Great. I'm looking for the new Yonex 2025 eZone, the 8th generation in blast blue. Specifically, the 98 square inch head size, 305 grams with a size 2 grip. Do you have that in stock?
Structured data.
Yes, we have the eZone 98 2025 in a size 2 grip, a quarter.
Thank you for confirming that. And just to be thorough,
Yeah, okay. So it basically confirmed that in particular shop there is a particular model of a racket. That's cool. Hopefully it will get better. It stop being so tedious with the details. Okay, so that was it. That's all from my side. If you want, we can make a quick Q&A session. If you've got any questions, I've got one question for you. What other use cases? What other use cases where AI agents are very good already? So have you seen any other use cases that are the AI agents shine in?
So I used it quite a bit in the past few days as well, especially with GitSpark, where so what I do is I create a lot of content for X and LinkedIn users.
Can you speak louder, please?
Yeah. So I've used it quite a bit in the past few days, especially GitSpark. So what I do is I create a lot of content for X, LinkedIn, YouTube, and I used Gemini before to get it to help me get a really comprehensive prompt to give to GitSpark. So I prompted Gemini pretty easily, got a very comprehensive prompt, gave that to GitSpark, and then...
Can you tell what kind of content you've been creating?
Yeah, so what I've used it for now is to help provide a really comprehensive guide to the writers that I hired to help create content. So create a kind of SOP and brand guidelines. So I got GitSpark to just scrape all of the accounts that I create content on, and then create a really comprehensive breakdown of like the entire writing.
I see. So you've been using initially Gemini to create the prompt, and later you pass it to GeneSpark?
Yeah. So,
oh wow! How it went for you?
That works very well, because then all of a sudden you aren't starting from scratch every time, but also instead of if you start from scratch, you never really get the entire like nuance that you actually like what you're asking for and what you want. So if you use Gemini, all of a sudden you get like 3,000 characters prompt that is very in depth of what you actually want.
Nice. I've got one question about it, but it went away.
I'm just curious, like, what sites that you see GenSpark using to scrape for the information on the author?
So it like it's the.
Is it using X? Is it using social media, or is it using?
Yeah. So I wanted it to help create a very comprehensive guide that I can provide to the writers that I hired to create the content that we've already created. So I just asked it to scrape the accounts that we've already posted the content on, so it can create similar content to that.
I see. So it actually extract the abstraction from this, like how to do
I
this.
pretty much just provided the X handles and then said like, hey, just only focus on the threads from these to make sure that you don't confuse threads, because if you just go to an account feed, it won't show up chronologically, and it did it like extremely well. So
what's the actual task it excels in scraping or generating new content based on this search?
It was both the scraping, but then also creating like the comprehensive guide that otherwise would have taken me like at least 10 hours.
And you've got a human in the loop, so at the end of the process there were people who are actually...
Yeah, so I provide this guide to them now.
Okay, nice. Any other use cases?
Yeah, actually, I found it very useful to find any let me make an example, like when you try to ask an agent to do something, it's very useful in the end just to append one sentence, like, if you have any questions, just feel free to ask me. So this sentence will make agents smart again. So
Okay.
yeah, so I feel so this is my use case. So when I wanted to do something, and I will ask it to ask me questions first, and then I find a lot of like aspects I haven't think about it before. So it just help me like get a lot of details beforehand before it start to execute the plan.
That's interesting. Yeah, and this asking questions is like very crucial because these models sometimes, go into the rabbit hole and they lose the actual objective.
Yeah, it just feels like really want to finish the task without asking any questions. But if you let it ask questions, it will ask really good questions, like professional questions.
I think it's interesting because OpenAI's deep research does exactly that. Usually it always asks you to clarify.
Yeah,
So it's
at the beginning.
Does that.
Also
It's higher output.
the Gemini deep research is creating a plan for the research and give you for the validation. You need to accept it. Okay. Any other?
And you said you want a co-pilot to help you to organize your instructions. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, organize my plan or my
Details.
Yeah. So, for example, in Carol's case, so he want the agent to find influent answers, right? But if we let the agent to ask questions, he will start to ask what media do you wanna
Yes, what
put your
social media?
Yeah, so that is like quite professional in my view. So it will help you like clarify a lot of your thinking before it tries to execute the plan.
Yeah. Good point. So first, give it to Gemini and make it more professional, better prompt with more precise instructions.
Also for me, GenSpark, I doing deep research, but not the deep research version, using the super agent version, gives way faster and better results than the ChatGPT version.
Oh, so you say the GenSpark deep research is better than OpenAI?
Yeah, I tried. So yesterday, I asked both of them. I'm staying for a city more in a hotel. Find me white eye trainers and gyms around, and give me a result based. I mean, order it based on the amount of time it takes me to get there, and also on the credentials.
Okay.
And then it gave me this comprehensive list in under.
Yeah, at
30
the
seconds.
at
And
the
then
first
ChatGPT was just completely lost.
Yeah, at the first slide with this Gaia benchmark, it basically measured the capability of searching the information, and it seems from the Gaia benchmark it's better, but that's just the benchmark. So sometimes it differs from the real world.
But somehow it has these tools that we just go on using Google Maps and measuring distances, which I don't know why ChatGPT doesn't do. I mean, it could do with an MCP server if you set it up, but just for already has that tool, so I think that
Cool.
also.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much for coming to my session. What should be the topic of the next session?
How to inform launch cycles.
Session about not slouching.
Local agents.
I mean, can people pay you money?
That would be awesome, man.
Hey, Karen, so what's a question?